I'm requesting a final order. However, I am sad to say that I believe that the parties agree on all the child support issues, including retroactive. And as far as paternity goes, I believe that Mr. Roberts acknowledges that he signed the acknowledgement of paternity and that the parties were married when the second child was born. However, the parties do not agree on the conservatorship, possession, and access portion of this case, Your Honor. I have the numbers if you want me to read them out loud to you, Your Honor.
Go ahead and give me the numbers, and then we'll get some testimonies from the parties, and let's see what we're looking at here. All right, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that child support should be set at $1,116 per month starting January the 1st, 2026. Medical support should be $70 per month starting January the 1st, 2026, and that Ms. Roberts has access to private medical and dental insurance. And the dental should be set at $19 per month starting January the 1st, 2026. The retroactive total is $9,246.96 for the period of March 2025 to present. And the repayment amount is $96 per month starting January the 1st, 2026.
All right, thank you very much. All right, folks, the state's telling me that y'all don't seem to have a disagreement as to what child support should be, cash medical and dental should be, what monies have been received by the mother during that time frame, and the back child support that that should be ordered, reduced to judgment and repayment against that made. But there, my understanding is there's a okay, I guess I'll let the state confirm this and give testimony as there may be a problem with the actual custody visitation and so forth and so on. And again, like I said in my morning speech, it's kind of hard to have a custody battle on this docket. So I'm going to let the state call you both as witnesses. Let's see what is at issue, and then I'll have to see whether or not I'm going to set this up going forward with a special setting. And going with a temporary order until we get this taken care of. So at this time, I know you both are not lawyers, and I don't let non-lawyers make opening statements. They never get it right. At best, they make a closing argument, but what they usually make is just a regular argument about what they want. And until I get some testimony and get that under oath, that's not appropriate. So at this time, I'm going to get you both sworn in. And then at the end of the hearing, if either you like to make a closing statement or closing argument, you'll be allowed to do so. But let's see what we're actually looking at. And if we're looking at a contested case, then I'm looking at probably a special setting. I don't think I have anything for the rest of this year, but I'll double check that in just a moment. But for right now, let me find out what I'm actually we're going to have to go into litigation about. So at this time, Mr. and Ms. Roberts, please both raise your right hands. You both solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you.
Do.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're both officially on the oath, and I'll go ahead and let the state call you both as individual witnesses. And again, at the end of the hearing, since you both are representing yourself, you'll be allowed to make give the court any and all information you think is relevant. It's got to be relevant to what we're doing here. So at this time, Ms. Bexel, I'll let you go ahead and call your first witness. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll call Lanie Roberts. Ms. Roberts, will you state your name?
My name is Lanie Roberts.
Yes. Are you and Mr. Joshua Roberts currently married?
Yes, ma'am.
Is a divorce pending?
Yes, ma'am.
When did y'all get married?
March 3rd, 2019.
Was Bonnie Joe born during your marriage?
Yes, October 1st of 2022.
When did y'all separate?
I moved back here on April 1st of 2025. I had called the police on him on
Okay, ma'am,
March
one question
20.
at a time. Okay, one question at a time. The question was, when did y'all separate?
It's okay. Okay.
I don't know if it's March 28th. I don't know if I counted as March 28th when he went to with the cops, or if I counted as April 1st when I left.
Okay.
The house in
Still, we're only looking at 2 days, so there's only 3 days, so there's not going to be that much of a difference, ma'am. Not a problem. You may proceed.
What were the circumstances of your separation?
Joshua was both mentally and physically abusive towards myself and occasionally mentally abusive towards our oldest daughter.
So there are
And
instances,
I'm sorry, real quick, ma'am, you said you moved back, well, where?
I am living in Bell County again. I live in Salado.
Okay, thank you. So you moved back you moved back to Bell County in April, in early April, first day of April or late March. Gotcha. Thank you, ma'am.
so there were instances of physical or sexual abuse between you and Mr. Roberts. Is that correct? Within the past 2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And can you, if you feel comfortable, give me a description of what happened?
There were times when I was thrown on the floor and kicked in the back and ribs, both while pregnant with Bonnie Joe and after I've had her. There were times I was thrown on the floor and kicked in the head, beers thrown at me, phones thrown at me, holes punched in walls and then told that at least it wasn't my head, being punched in the back of the head multiple times. And then a lot of
Okay, ma'am. What's the most recent incidents that you can remember, ma'am, and the approximate dates of said incidents?
um, the week before the week before the 28th, he had been upset with me for coming down here. I was already starting on things to try to get the girls and I out of there. He kept asking me to stay, and I kept telling him I wasn't going to. And so he knocked me on the floor, and went to kick me in the head, and I blocked my hands like this, and I had a big bruise on the top of my hand, so that he didn't hit me in the face.
All right.
That would probably be the most recent one.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You may proceed, Ms. Bexler.
Are there criminal charges pending?
I believe so. He has charges pending. He had threatened me with the gun. He dry fired it at me several times, and then he threatened my family members. That evening on the 28th is when I finally called the cops, because it wasn't just me anymore.
Did you get a protective order?
Yes, ma'am. I had a protective order.
And how long was that for?
It was for 3 months. It expired on June 28th of 2025.
And if your address is disclosed in a final order, would that put you in danger?
I believe so.
Do you have access to private medical insurance for the girls?
Yes, ma'am.
How much does it cost per month?
It is the $70 difference between what it's for just employee and employee plus child.
And then for the dental insurance, how much is the difference?
$19.
That's all, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. And where did you move from, please?
Axtell,
What city?
Texas, and
I'm sorry?
Axtell, Texas. Axtell,
Axel?
it's in McLaren
Axtell?
County.
Okay, yes, ma'am. And you said you just testified that there is a divorce pending. Where is that pending, ma'am?
Bell County. It was filed October 22nd of 2025.
And who filed that?
Michelle Eibling, it's my lawyer.
Okay, so all right, so you have an attorney on that. All right, thank you. All right, thank
Yes.
you. All right, then, Ms. Bexler, I'll let we'll be back in just a moment, ma'am. I'll let the state call your next witness, please. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll call Joshua Roberts.
All right, Mr. Roberts, state your full name for the record, sir.
Joshua Allen Roberts.
All right, Mr. Roberts, here's the deal, sir. There's some testimony that you may have possible criminal matters pending. The state will not ask you any questions about these incidents that are related to that, or may be used to enhance that. So we're not going to go too much into the family violence accusations of the mom, because It's my understanding, sir, that there are criminal charges pending based on those accusations. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and are those pending in McLennan or Bell County?
Where am I living?
Now, the criminal charges, where are they pending?
McLennan.
All right, and what are the charges, sir, if you know?
Aggravated assault, deadly weapon.
All right, then, and is that set for trial?
No, it is not.
All right, and who's your attorney on that matter, sir?
I'm still getting one.
Okay. All right, then, Ms. Bexler, let's stay away from that subject for now as far as that incident is concerned. And let me find out what Dad wants to do as far as, well, I'm sorry, sir. And you're out on a bond on that matter?
Yes.
And that bond specifically requires that you stay fully away from the mother and not have any contact with her. Is that correct?
Don't believe the bond is.
Okay, the bond that usually has restrictions that you're not allowed to go anywhere near the person that you allege to have assaulted, sir.
I'd have to find the paperwork and look. I
Okay.
just remember signing the one when I was in jail to stay away for 90 days.
Okay. Well, again, the bond, I don't want you doing anything that's going to get your bond revoked, sir. Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, then. So, anyway, I'll go ahead and let the state proceed. But again, we're going to stay away from these incidents, Ms. Beckler. And it sounds like we probably got to send this over. Whatever we do here is going to have to be consolidated into the divorce cause of action. That's a mandatory. So, but let's see what else we got. What we can do here today. Thank you, Ms. Beckler.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Roberts, do you have any other children besides these two,
I do not.
Rosalind and Bonnie?
I do not.
Okay. Did you sign the acknowledgement of paternity for Rosalind?
I did.
And were you guys married when you had Bonnie?
Yes.
Okay. And you sent me a check stub with your gross year to date. And the number was, do you remember the number off the top of your head?
It was 50. The gross number before the incentive was like 60,000.
No, with the incentive, it was 60,000, $47.74. Does that sound accurate?
Yes.
Okay. And so that's what the number that we use to determine your monthly gross amount.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so are you in agreement with the numbers that I came up with for
I
the
am.
child support
I am.
as well as the retroactive total?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you have access to private medical insurance for the girls?
I do.
Do you know how much it would cost you?
I would have to get with HR. I'm not sure. I know we
And
always kept the girls on hers because it was a little cheaper, but
okay, so you think it would be cheaper? Okay.
that's what she told me. I have no idea.
Are you in agreement or when were you guys married?
2019.
And is there a divorce pending?
Yes.
When were you guys separated?
March 29th.
Of this year?
Yes.
Okay. If your address were disclosed in a final order, would it put you in danger?
No.
Are you current or former military or first responder?
I am not.
I'll pass a witness, Your Honor.
All right, then, Mr. Bexler, obviously, I don't think this can be a final because we got to consolidate. It has to be consolidated into the worst cause of action. I'm probably looking at doing at least a temporary order on this one. We need to get the cause number from the mother, what district court that one's in, and I might want to call up the DJ and run this by them to see what they want me to do down here as far as setting up a temporary order and how I might, and I'll explain to you what I'm looking at trying to do. Right. Well, okay, folks. I just laid a ton of legal mumbo jumbo out on you. Under the laws of the state of Texas, this action was obviously filed before you filed your divorce, ma'am. But now that you've got a divorce in Bell County, Texas, this cause of action, which is a SAPSR, is always part of the divorce, and it has to be consolidated into your divorce cause of action, and that moves it to the district judge, district court. Don't mean to get you in there with your attorney. Technically, the state's still on it until they withdraw from this case. But once it's consolidated, and that's left up to you and your lawyer how you might want to handle it, and the state how they want to handle it. But what I'm looking at doing is let the state file that necessary motion because it's what's called mandatory. It has to be done. Cannot keep this here and take care of it. So I'm going to have to, but I want to talk to your DJ before I start making a bunch of different. Okay, my assistant just brought me the information. So this is in the 169th. So I need to call the judge up of the 169th and get some feedback on how they want. I think that's just a pack on that one. I'll need to call up and see what he wants me to, how he would want me to handle this as far as setting up the temporary order. But what I want to try to do is do a temporary order that covers everything that it needs to until y'all have a final order, final hearing on the divorce. But I'm going to go ahead and let the state get some questioning because I'm not sure what was at contest at this time. Because my understanding was at the beginning that there was some contested issue as for conservatorship and other items. But based on what's pending right now, by law, I've got to name the mother sole managing conservator and the father possessor conservator solely based on the fact that there was a prior protective order that found family violence there, and by law, that's what I have to set up. Now, there's not a protective order now, but there is a bond out there, and that bond usually has some circumstances around it. So again, I would need for you to secure a copy of that bond and get it to the court. And what I would need to do also is reset this matter to come up with a temporary order based on what after I talk to the district judge on what he would like me to try to do on this one as far as the temporary order that we're going to do down here that will be transferred over into into your final divorce cause of action. So at this time, Ms. Wexler, if you want to recall the witnesses and tell the court and let the court find out what the contested issues are between them at this time. Thank you.
Yes, I'll recall Ms. Roberts. Ms. Roberts, what are the contested issues at this time regarding the visitation?
That means what, like, problems do I have with having regular, like,
Okay, here's the deal,
surgeon?
Here's the deal, based on the testimony, I'll let Dad come back and try to testify. Right now, I'm almost certain based on his bond, he's not allowed anywhere near you. Okay, that's just not going to happen. And so with that being out there, that's a visitation restriction in and of itself. So again, that's why I need to get a copy of his bond that he's out on and determine. But for right now, until I know about that or the district judge knows about that, I don't order visitation until that's taken care of. And based on the charges and other circumstances, there a full hearing on whether or not visitation is going to be needed. The court will go ahead and have to set that out on another day because again, it's 20 to 5, and we're not going to be able to do that. But again, I'll run that by the district judge also. But again, sir, if that's what the issue is going to be, visitation, we need a copy of your bond, your bond with the McLennan County Court. And obviously, based on the seriousness of the charges and the fact that you're not going to be allowed anywhere near Mom, I'm going to have this is going to have to be highly restricted one way or the other. And again, I need to talk to the district judge about it. But I'm going to let Ms. Bexter still talk to you, ma'am, get some more testimony from you, and then call you, sir, to see what you're asking for as far as those circumstances are concerned. And again, folks, I know I talk real fast because the judge has been doing this for over 30 plus years. So I kind of get it, and I know where I need to go, and I apologize if I'm talking real fast. Again, I know y'all are not lawyers, so I'll let the state go ahead and start finish this up, and then I'll tell you what we're going to end up having to do. All right, thank you.
Yes,
So
Your
the
Honor.
question is, sorry,
Sorry,
the
Ms.
question
Roberts.
was what?
So at this time, ma'am, I'm not looking at the order any type of visitation until we get some more answers here, okay? So you can proceed with that, Ms. Beckford. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You said you weren't looking at ordering any type of visitation at this point?
Not at this point. Not until I see
Okay.
that bond, because again,
Yes.
he may violate that by calling her or trying to do an electronic visit. Yeah, I don't want this gentleman getting his bond revoked and him going back to jail by accident. All right. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, so I guess I'm not quite sure what you want me to ask, Your Honor.
Well, the issues, whether there's anything else other than issue than visitation, because again, I wasn't sure what the issues were with possession and access, but obviously conservatorship, it's locked. You know, I got to do what I got to do, and for right now, until I get that information, I'm probably not looking at any visitation until I get the information and check with the district judge.
Well, then I believe that's it, Your Honor.
All right. Well, go ahead and call Mr. Roberts and see if there's any other issues other than the visitation that he has a problem with.
Mr. Roberts,
Yes.
do you have any other issues besides the visitation?
Nope. I just want to see my girls.
Okay. All right, folks. Here's what I'm looking at doing. I'm going to have to do a reset on this one. I got to call the district court. Mr. Roberts, you need to get the state will tell you how to get them a copy of it, but you need to make a copy of your bond information and get that to the state so they can forward it over to me, and I'm going to allow that into evidence so I can go ahead and figure out what I'm going to have to try to do. And I'm gonna run it by the district judge to see if he wants to do it, or if he wants to leave it down here with me to do it and then send it up to him. Because the state's gonna have to file the necessary pleadings, folks, to get that up there. And ma'am, you need to talk to your lawyer. Sir, do you have a lawyer in the divorce yet?
What's that?
Do you have an attorney representing you in the divorce cause of action?
I do not. I'm just ready to sign and be done with it.
Okay, then. Well, again, ma'am, you need to contact your lawyer and let her know this is coming. And I'm going to go ahead and call the district judge, and I'm looking at doing a reset, folks, to figure out what we're going to do. I hate to kick you down the can down the road, but I'm looking like I'm going to have to do it. And I'm going to go ahead and look at some dates where I don't think let me check and see if I got something an hour and a half I could squeeze y'all in sometime, and that way y'all don't have to come back on the general docket. And when I set y'all up, y'all can come back in and get this taken care of, and you know the only case out here. So is there anything else, Ms. Beckster, while we take a brief recess and I can see what my calendar looks like for the rest of the month, okay? Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor. So stick
All right.
around to find out the reset date, Your Honor.
Yeah, the reset date and time, and folks, and I'll run it by them to make sure they can do it. So folks, give me about 5 minutes, and we're off the record for now, and I'll be back, and let me check the Zoom calendar and see what we got. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, next Wednesday on the 10th, I'm doing CLE, continuing legal education, folks, but I got the morning available. So if I can go ahead and set this up for a special setting at 9:30 on that day, set it up for an hour, and by then I'm sorry, it's Judge Sterrett Burnett that's the judge on this one, so I'll contact Carrie on this one and see what she would like me to do, and tell her what I'm looking at doing, and see how it might want to be handled, or if she wants me to just boot the whole thing up to her. Okay. But for right now, folks, what is your schedule looking like on next Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. and you're the only case I'll have?
I can be there.
All right, and we'll do it on Zoom. So, ma'am, how about you?
Yes, sir. I can be there.
All right. So right now, folks, the current you both got a copy of the standing order that was attached to your pleadings. That is technically like a restraining order, and that's still in control of your case until I come up with further orders. But for right now, that's that circumstance, sir. Within the next week, as soon as you can, get a copy of that those terms and conditions of your bond, so I can see what we're looking at. Because I really need to get, if you can, hopefully you can get that to the state within the next 48 hours, and that way I can talk to the judge by the end of the week and let them know what we're looking at as far as that circumstance is concerned.
I'll call them in the morning.
All right, then. And And hopefully, like I said, I'll go ahead and do the Zoom code for this, and it'll be at 9:30 a.m. And you're the only case I'll have. And like I said, I'll set it up for an hour, hour and a half. I don't anticipate it taking anywhere near that long. So hopefully, you folks can get out of there within the hour, about before 10:30. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Bexler again in the reset order. Just remind them that the current standing order controls. And sir, again, based on that bond, until you hear something different, you don't make any contact with mom or the children, because otherwise you may be in violation of your bond, and they'll go off with it, and they'll go off of it, and the next thing you know, you're back into Clinton County. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, I don't give legal advice, but I do give advice as far as not anything that's going to get you thrown. I don't want you to do anything that's going to get you thrown in jail. All right, folks. 9:30 a.m. December the 10th. I'll make the Zoom code before I get out of here this afternoon. Is there anything else on this one, Ms. Bexler?
No, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank you,
then.
Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Bexler, I'll have that Zoom code out to you in just a few minutes. If you're going to get them both back in breakout and start working on the reset order for that date, I'll have that to you within 5 to 10 minutes, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, folks, you're free to go, and we're off the record, and I'll see you guys in 9 days. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.